Welcome back, Truth Seeker. Saturday, March 30th, 2019, early games. We have two in the NHL. The Panthers are at the Bruins. This game's tight. What stands out is the loss records for both teams. The Panthers are at 32 losses. The Bruins could possibly get their 22nd loss. Boston has the Gematria of 22 and 32. Panthers also has the Gematria of 47. If they upset the Bruins, they'd keep the Bruins at 47 wins. Panthers 47. The Bruins' next game is against the Red Wings. It's hard to get any clues off of that. The Panthers play the Washington Capitals next, and you could look at this either way. If the Panthers won, they'd have 35 wins, and they'd have a chance at their 36th against the Capitals. Capitals equals 36. That game will be back in Florida. Capitals also equals 81. And the Panthers, if they lost this game in a shootout, they'd be at 81 points. That would also keep them on the 32 in Boston. Boston 32. The one narrative that stands out for Boston is if they win this game, they get their 55th series win. The 55th series win, and Boston, Massachusetts equals 55. That doesn't mean it has to come in this game. So there's nothing there with the date numerology. And it's not a strong read. If the Panthers are a good payout, maybe take them with the points because they got a real shot. But not super strong. Flyers and Hurricanes. This game's, the read's a little more clear here. So the Flyers, if they lost, they'd stay on 37 wins in Carolina. Carolina equals 37. The Flyers' next game is against the Rangers. Rangers equals 37 and 82. So they could go into that Rangers game with 37 wins and 82 points as long as they lose in regulation. The Hurricanes could get their 93rd points. Philadelphia Flyers equals 93. So a good team to get the 93rd points against. Also, if the Hurricanes won, they'd get their 45th series win on a 45-date numerology. So looking at the immediate matchup, things look very good for the Hurricanes. If you look to the next game, there becomes one concern for the Hurricanes, and that is they play the Penguins next. Penguins equals 42. So they could stay on 42 to face the Penguins. However, more often than not, when you have a really good read in the immediate game, if you come off it looking down the road, you get burned more often than not. Not always, but if you've just paid attention to what I've been doing, you know, where I've come off it looking down the road, I've usually regretted it. So in terms of this head-to-head matchup, things look real good for the Hurricanes to get it done against the Flyers at home. The other thing about them playing the Penguins next is Pittsburgh Penguins, the full name equals 92. They could go into the Penguins game with 42 wins and 92 points if they lost in the shootout. But, you know, those 93rd points against the Flyers, can stay at 37 in Carolina, going into the Rangers game with 37 and 82. That seems to be where the riddle's at. And in the NBA, there's a game that starts at 12:30 Pacific. We'll be able to talk about this game tomorrow in the live decode, but I'll just give you some early thoughts. Looks like this game's going to double overtime. So these teams just played on March 22nd, and the Clippers won by 2 points in Cleveland on March 22nd. And here's what's so interesting about this game. This game's on a date with 45 numerology. Cavs equals 45. Cavaliers equals 45. The Cavs have a chance to keep the Clippers at 45 wins because they have the Gematria and the date. It's also interesting that this game will come 9 days. Well, a span of 9 days. Technically, it's 8 days later, but if you count the span, it's 9 days. And 45 is the 9th triangular. Cavs lead the series 74-53. If the Clippers lost, they'd stay at 53 series wins in Los Angeles. Los Angeles is 53. The Clippers are 35-27 at home against the Cavs. Something else to think about, though, is this game's on the 89th day of the year. Los Angeles, California equals 89, and that's the 24th prime number. Clippers could get their 24th win at home. Also, notice it's the 37th home game, and Los Angeles is 37. So the Cavs haven't been playing bad lately. They've been playing good teams tight, and they're a 10-point underdog at the moment. I'd wait and see tomorrow if that line grows more. Maybe take the big cushion with the Cavs. But we'll be able to talk about that one in the morning. Those are the only early games. We'll be on at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 Eastern. I'll see you there, Truth Seeker.